So today I'm going to talk about what kind of plants you can put with African cichlids. We're going to start with Lake Malawi. With these cichlids, I find it's so hard to keep any plants, especially if you have herbivores like pseudotrophius and stuff like that. Firstly, they will devour most plants, and secondly, they will dig them out. So how you can keep plants in an aquarium like Malawi? Well, here's a few tips how. Firstly, the first plants I put in this tank were plants that I can put from the top, and the roots, they were never touched, as you can see. This plant is like a pond plant, the big one. This one you can find in any botanical store or any hardware store that sells plants. Fairly easy to find. This is like the super green fluorescent type, but you can also find it in another type of green color. This one in the back there, but it's like a jungle here. So, alright, so you can put these ones. And another plant that I found out just recently that the cichlids just won't touch, any cichlids, either they're herbivores or like carnivores or anything. Look, I even have like trophies right next to it. They won't touch it. It's called kabomba. There's one actually that's kabomba, but the other one is another species. I'll Google it and put it under the video, the name of that plant. One is like a little bit poofier than the kabomba. But what I did here, firstly, I put them in pots so that the cichlids won't dig them out. They mostly dig in the front and stuff. So here we go, a couple of pots. You know, you can hide the pots behind rocks or try to put the roots behind rocks, anywhere where they won't touch them. So that's a way you can put them, and it looks pretty nice. You add some green, and I just planted that yesterday, so it looks a little rubbish, okay, right now because the plants are probably stressed and everything. But in a couple of weeks, this is going to be like a lush garden. So that's the first plant you can put with Malawi cichlids or any other cichlids. But now we're going to move on to my planted Tanganyika Tank. Now in this tank, there's some plants that if you have herbivores, they will get eaten. But with Tanganyikans, these plants will be really nice. I mean, Tanganyikans that aren't herbivores, obviously, like frontosis. Any lamprologus aren't going to touch it either, so you can put it with that. And they tolerate hard pH. So there's firstly the Vallisneria, that's the big one, the long leaves all the way in the back. It grows fairly nicely. With this plant, I found out that in the beginning, when you first plant it, it's going to get worse before it gets better, meaning it will lose most of its leaves. But leave the roots inside the sand, and eventually it's gonna, you know, make a nice root system, and it's gonna pick up the energy and make a beautiful plant. So don't get discouraged if you start losing leaves or they start turning ugly, like, you know, the first leaves I have there. Eventually, like you see in the middle, it starts growing all back and beautiful, and no more algae on it. So Vallisneria is a really, really good plant for that. Then there's this one. It looks like a kabomba, right? But it's another type, and none of the cichlids will touch it. I'm not sure of the name. If you know the name, put it under the video. But yeah, I got it recently, so I'm not still familiar with this one. Another one would be the ferns. Any type of fern would do pretty well on wood. I suggest on wood. I don't know why. I think it just gives more nutrients to the ferns if it's placed on wood rather than on rocks. So here's like a type of fern. Java moss. If you put it on wood, it's going to take approximately 1 month until it starts feeling better again and getting poofier. This one was planted over a month ago, and just not recently. See, like the little lighter green new growths are coming. So be patient, attach it tightly so that your cichlids won't like just throw it everywhere. But not recommended with the Malawi cichlids. They just, you know, they destroy most plants. So Java moss, and then we have the Anubia. This is Anubia nana. I have bigger Anubia on the top. Takes a while to grow, but give it a lot of iron, and it's gonna grow really nicely. So this one has been planted a while ago, so it's like sort of covered in, you know, algae and stuff, but it just takes a while for it to pick up and get comfortable in the tank. And plus these guys kept like making the plants float all the time. So, you know, be patient. Here I have more Anubias. Yes, they don't look pretty, but like you see, there's new leaves coming in, so that means the plant is doing much better now. So yeah, and these guys, I'm not sure if they're gonna grow well, but they're growing right now. I don't know their name, just randomly put them there as a test. This is actually a pond lily. In the summer it makes beautiful dark lilies, but I can't leave it in the pond, so it's here and here. I cut it so it stays short. I prefer to give it like a red lotus effect, but yeah, tiger lotus, yeah, that's the plant. So yeah, those are the plants you can put. If you know any other plants that cichlids won't eat, please let me know. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.